Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA.
Did you see what Caitlin Clark just did? She didn't just swing a golf club. She made a game-changing move that has the entire sports world talking. And it's not about basketball. You're probably wondering, what's golf got to do with the WNBA? Buckle up, because we're about to show you how the LPGA nailed marketing, while the WNBA missed a golden opportunity.
And it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one.
Here's the deal. The LPGA invited Caitlin to a Pro-Am event, and at first, it wasn't even going to be televised. Can you believe that? But then something crazy happened. Fans flooded the LPGA's social media, demanding to see Caitlin play golf. It was unlike anything the LPGA had ever experienced.
Originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event?
So what did the LPGA do? They listened. Instead of ignoring the buzz, they aired the event on TV, giving fans the chance to watch Caitlin Clark's golf debut.
Golf event. So the LPGA event is expanding its Pro-Am coverage around Caitlin Clark's participation. Golf Channel's Golf Today will begin 90 minutes early on Wednesday and include live look-ins. It has also been said that you will get to see Caitlin Clark's warm-up.
They didn't stop there. They paired Caitlin with Nelly Korda, one of the world's top golfers. Talk about a power duo. This move not only showcased Caitlin's popularity, but also brought more attention to Nelly and the LPGA.
So there are photos of Caitlin and Nelly literally everywhere, and the LPGA was so smart in doing this because they knew that there would be so many eyeballs on Caitlin. So if they put their number one golfer, who is currently leading the sport and pushing the sport ahead, if they put her next to Caitlin for the entire event, that's just great. It's great for Nelly and it's great for everyone else.
Now let's talk about how smart this move was. The LPGA didn't just feature Caitlin, they paired her with their biggest star. It was like saying, hey, you love basketball. Check out how cool golf is too. And guess what? It worked. The LPGA's social media exploded with posts and videos of Caitlin. You couldn't scroll through Twitter without seeing her face. She was trending, and it wasn't even basketball season.
That there was so much buzz online, she was trending on Twitter, all of the things, and the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this.
Here's where it gets really interesting. This wasn't just about Caitlin. The LPGA used her star power to highlight their own players. Suddenly, people who might never have watched golf were tuning in. They came for Caitlin but stayed for the incredible golf. The pros loved it too. Brittany Lindholm, a big name in golf, couldn't stop praising Caitlin, saying,
she said what she has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I mean, I'm like in awe. I've got a basketball and hoping she signs it for my girls. But how cool for her to come out and support us this week and only help grow women's golf.
Golf that's huge coming from a pro golfer. This smart move put both Caitlin and herself in the spotlight, bringing new eyes to women's golf. It wasn't just a win for Caitlin or the LPGA. It was a win for women's sports as a whole. Now you're probably wondering what this has to do with the WNBA. The LPGA showed how to harness star power and took a risk that paid off, unlike the WNBA. There was no backlash about favoritism or diversity, just smart marketing that worked.
From this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the basketball player on the golf course. While Caitlin Clark was making waves in a whole new sport, guess who was nowhere to be seen? That's right, the WNBA. Their silence was deafening, leaving everyone wondering what they were thinking. You'd think the WNBA would be all over this, right? Caitlin Clark, a future superstar, was getting attention everywhere. But here's the kicker. The WNBA didn't post a single thing about Caitlin's golf debut. Not one tweet, not one Instagram post, not even a simple good luck. It's like they completely forgot she existed. Can you believe it?
But the WNBA posted nothing. Zero. Posted zero about Caitlin Clark golfing in this pro-am.
The LPGA was shouting Caitlin's name from the rooftops, and the WNBA was acting like she vanished into thin air. It's almost like they were pretending it wasn't happening, but guess what? It was happening, and everyone was talking about it except the WNBA.
If you look at the LPGA Twitter account, it is filled with Caitlin Clark things. Photos of her, a whole video of the fans cheering her, signing things, taking photos, their players hanging out with Caitlin, and obviously they're showing their golfers as.
You might be thinking, maybe they just missed it, but come on, how could they? Caitlin was trending everywhere. Her face was all over social media, and the LPGA was posting photos and videos nonstop. It was impossible to miss, unless you were living under a rock. And last time I checked, the WNBA isn't in the rock-dwelling business.
This was the perfect opportunity for the WNBA to do, like, have you seen it when an NBA player or a football player goes to an NBA game or goes to wherever and they'll be in the comments or they'll just say something like something cute. This was the perfect time for the WNBA to also be posting about this. And they said,
remember all those fans begging to see Caitlin play golf? Those are potential WNBA fans. People who might never have watched a basketball game, but were suddenly interested in a basketball player. That's a marketing win, and the WNBA let it slip through their fingers. This silence isn't just a missed opportunity, it's a sign of a bigger problem. It's like the WNBA doesn't know how to handle a star like Caitlin Clark. They have this incredible talent with massive crossover appeal, and they're just ignoring it. Fans have been saying the WNBA doesn't promote Caitlin enough, and guess what? They're absolutely right. The proof is right in front of us. Next Vice.
And it just goes to show that all of us who have been speaking out about this and saying, it doesn't seem like you guys are giving Caitlin, the kind of props that she deserves for bringing all these eyeballs and, the Caitlin Clark effect that we talk about, viewership, money, all of those things. All of the people who were shouting this for the entire WNBA season, this is an instance where we are
Let's talk about what just happened with Caitlin Clark's golf debut. The LPGA went all out, posting about her nonstop. They recognized the moment and capitalized on it, showcasing Caitlin in a way the WNBA missed.
You see her at this event. You see the kind of noise that this is making. You see that this is trending on social media. You see that SportsCenter, Bleacher Report, all of these places, every media outlet is covering this, and you don't say any.
The LPGA social media was buzzing with Clark content, photos, videos, you name it. They treated her like the star she is. And what did the WNBA do? Nothing. Zilch. Zero. You might be thinking, maybe they just missed it, but come on, this was everywhere. The LPGA made sure of that. They paired Caitlin with Nelly Korda, their top golfer. It was impossible to miss, unless you were actively trying to ignore it.
Offers in one event, and you would be crazy to think that they're not going to have another event and invite Caitlin to it. They're going to invite Caitlin to as many events as they possibly can because they saw what it just did for the sport of that. We're saying that the WNBA seems to be trying to quiet the noise of Caitlin Clark, not letting her shine to her full ability, and not, in turn, not helping your own players in the league. We were right. And this event proved it because the LPGA did literally everything correct. They capitalized on the moment. They found a way to put it on television.